So everybody was like commenting. I was trying to like catch up, but then it just. Yep.
Paralinguistic demand. That is the shaking. So sometimes that's a thought that goes through my head, and it's hard not to like criticize yourself. And then I'll go into like my boss's office, and I'll be like,
okay, three times. We got this. She's got this little habit. She's done it 3 times. All right. Now that you know, go.
I'm like wiping away tears, like, I can't understand this resident, he's bad, he wants to talk to you, and it might be about me. And she's like, no, it's not about you. They all prefer me. They do. They come in there and like, Betsy, the manager. I go into my boss's office, who is the property manager. And
Betsy Bachtel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Betsy, I can't tell you how many times residents come and go,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, busy. She's busy. She can't finish anything ever. She can't finish anything ever because the residents are always like, it's important. And then it turns out to be a work order, and that's what I do.
Which back up to you had asked, is it Betsy Bachtel?
Bachtel. Bachtel. Like Bach and then toe. Yeah. So she always reassures me that it's not me, it's them. Sometimes it's just like they just want to talk to the person who's in charge, who they think will do something immediately. And I wish I could get through to them, and it's like, I can help you. I promise you, I can help you. Sometimes I have to ask you what you're talking about when you're doing this, and you're like this. I'm like, in the bathroom?
Do what?
Oh, when they're talking about the chain in the tank of the toilet, they'll talk about the chain that's inside of the tank and the toilet, but they'll never say toilet.
Yeah.
They'll just do chain. They're like, flat, chain. And I'm like, bathroom?
Topic?
I'm like, I said that. Yeah. I'm like, in the bathroom, like, they're like, said that. And I'm like, did you? Maybe I never argue with them, ever, because it's not going to get me anywhere. It's like my grandmother. It's like when I'm talking to my grandma and she's like talking about her church service, but she never says that she went to church. And I'm like, where did this happen, Grandma? And she's like, the church. I'm like, you did not say that, I promise you. And then we start arguing. It's not worth it. But I guess what I would think is the difference between my job and I think interpreting community, or really it might be more like, I think of myself more on the same lines as educational interpreting. Like, you know, along those same lines, because my line, my boundary, my role is very muggy. So, hi! Hi, Annie.
Can I kiss your speaker?
I'm talking about my job. Hi.
Oh.
How are you?
Good. Are you coming to my class?
Yes.
Alright.
Of course.
First year students.
I invited her to second year, because first year can't do
Is it-
what she's asking them to do. Oh, it would be these people.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
Crap.
Aww.
But you can come to my practicum seminar, because it's mostly not these people. It's
Minus.
a couple of them, but mostly not.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just come and talk to us in the next class if you want,
Of
and
course.
tell us about something.
Yeah.
When am I coming to your class? Can you do this Wednesday night?
Don't agree, that's what I.
Well, like, is it okay?
Sure.
That's why you're looking at you.
So first year students are a no-go unless it's being.
No, I think that, I was thinking about that too. I think it would be a good observation thing for them.
Okay.
I just don't know how prepared they are to
We
be
can
able to
bring them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go do it. Like, if it fits, we can try it. Maybe we can talk about that as an option.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe
That'd be
start
really
a little bit of copy signing.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's
Okay.
what they're expected to do, because there's so much like lingo that we wouldn't really expect you to.
What time is your class on Wednesday, Tina?
5:45.
All right, I'll be there.
No, I'm wrong, me. No, 5:45.
When does class ever start at 5:45? Really?
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh. Do you have special permission?
Why you make my blood pressure? I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Not just you,
All right, bye.
it's to save my health.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, 5:45, I'll be there.
Wednesday, this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
Something I needed to ask you. It'll come.
Okay, I better make this presentation up, right?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I'll do tonight.
It will help you.
I'm
It
sure.
It did me. I'm just telling you, it helped me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be good.
It doesn't have to be good.
To be good
No,
later.
you don't know that last night I saw that Emmett had posted on Reality Interpreting Facebook page
Yeah.
the flyer, and I was like, oh my god. That means like people from other states have
Oh.
seen it and might come.
Well, and people are starting to
But
come
it
from other
It
does
states.
does have to
That
be
explains
good.
a lot because Michaela was like, someone from Iowa just contacted me. I don't think
Oh.
they realize.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Well, she
hurt
told
him
them-
later.
No,
Wait
we
till
told
I
her-
see him.
This is in Columbus.
That's
I'm
even
not sure you know. This is like in Columbus.
Yeah. Get ready, people. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Amy.
Sure.
I like how she's like, you have to be good.
What's the workshop for?
Because like, you have to be good.
Okay, so let me explain.
Okay,
And you don't have to interpret. If you want, you can, but let me explain what this is all about.
okay.
You know your final interpreting class. Where
Yes.
we went out and did all kinds of stuff. Well,
Mm-hmm.
we
The
kind
tours.
of did that this semester. That's old. And anyway, because I really like quarters. So anyway, this semester, it's a new class. They have 5 actual interpreting classes, whereas you had 3.
Right.
So this semester is, the last half of it's been conference interpreting, which you did not get, I'm so sorry.
No.
So they have, this day, the day and night class both have put together a flyer, which was very challenging. We have offered CEUs, we're in conjunction with OCRD, so they are interpreting the conference.
Wow.
So, and why it's
Yay.
called Good Enough, because when we were in our meeting with the staff, the faculty, I said, we can't afford to pay anybody, we have no money, college is not gonna give us money to do this. So I said, I need the teachers to present, we're good enough. And that's how good enough came into it.
Mhm.
And we are good enough, but it was a joke, everybody was laughing, and I said, well, let's just call it the Good Enough Conference, so that's why it's called that.
Wow.
So the monies that we collect will go to, future, and I told you that, for the guest speakers that we
Mhm.
have.
Right.
If we said, hey, we need you to come in and speak, we can give you $25,
Aw.
rather than nothing at all. So there's no money now anywhere for us to pay guest speakers. So that's why, that's where the profit will go. We don't
Right.
have to, but this is embedded in the curriculum.
Wow.
The
That's
student can have an A up
You should
until the conference, and if they don't come, they fail the course. That's how how awesome it's going to be.
Right.
So
Wow.
it's in Delaware, the Delaware branch.
Oh, it's in Delaware?
It's at the Delaware branch, and it's nice conference room. We're the money that you paid, $15, pays for your lunch and dinner,
Mhm.
and that's exactly how much it's gonna cost us, so we don't make money off students.
Okay.
So there could be upwards of 60 to 80 people there,
Oh, that's a lot.
including kids.
I'm
first
going
year
to.
students.
Hello.
Hello.
So that's what I wanted to ask Amy, can first year students use this for their professional development? That
I feel like it,
should be-
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an holiday thing.
Because they're just coming to watch and learn too, so.
Oh,
Okay, so that's how this all started, so it's part of their curriculum.
Wow.
Mhm.
I remember thinking the stuff that I was going through was a lot. You want me to do what kind of project? How long is my portfolio?
This is gonna look good on a resume,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
so. And it's not just interpreting, they have planned, they have called, they have endured me yelling at them. They have, I'm like, no, I need that, I need to know that information. They've done all the work. There's only been a little bit that I've done, and I've learned just as much as they have.
This would have prepared me for my job. like,
Yeah.
like this experience, because that's what I do now. All I do is call people, like, hey, can you bring an ATM in here? And they're like, no, it's gonna be $500. And I'm like, oh, nuts, of course. And I have to tell the residents you can't have an ATM. They get
Wow.
mad at me.
Interesting. So anyway, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes, it is awesome. And you know what, I have to believe, and I don't have facts, but I have to believe that this is the first time it's been done in a 2-year program, maybe even a 4-year program, where they actually put on a professional, people that come are getting CEUs,
Right.
so.
I know that's why when you said that it was gonna be like it was a them thing, I'm like, I thought you could get stuff from RID, like CEUs.
Yeah, OCRD is sponsoring it as far as CEUs,
Oh.
so, yep. So they know how to apply to get CEUs, they know there's a process, they know that there's paperwork, they know that there's a flyer that has to have very specific information. We had one.
Can I take
How many
this,
flyers do we
this
have?
class again? 'Cause, like,
We've had about 5.
Yeah, probably about 5 or 6 different
Yeah,
flyers.
we've had, because we didn't know, we know now. Next year, I'm gonna start the semester before advertising, but a lot has been learned.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, back to where we were. I had to ask you before I made that question.
intense.
You can carry on.
Okay. Where do we go? Which part?
How long do you want to go? Because we're at 11 minutes right now.
I don't know, does anyone want to interpret? I wanted to practice with voicing, so just trying.
Do you wanna go 15?
Yeah.
I can sign too.
No,
I know sign language.
Do you wanna sign?
No, it's okay. I don't care about anything.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant just like sign while you're talking so that we don't have to do anything.
Oh.
What, Simcom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, I have to SimCom every day when I'm at work. I have to SimCom every day because there are residents who specifically need you to SimCom. And I'm like, you guys.
I try my best, but here I am, and I can't do it.
My words don't match with my signs at all at this point. Like, I'm just like doing this, and sometimes I don't, like, sometimes my sign is not conceptually accurate with like what my hands are doing. Yeah, but they don't seem to mind. Like, no one has ever been like, stop it. Nobody. So, is there anything you guys want to know? Like, as just like a recent graduate, I have nothing like what any real interpreter can offer you guys as far as experience or knowledge, but I have what I have experienced in the past January, February, March, April, 4 months being out on my own.
Yeah, have you worked anywhere else, or is it, that's your?
That's where my focus is right now.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Or the.
Can first years use this for their?
Oh,
Yes.
And now they're all like, oh, wait a minute, I wanna come now.
Oh, yay.
That's the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
Thank gosh, I was like.
There's somebody who wants to
I
come.
went 3 weeks.
Right. I went to the Purple Knit conference. That was really cool.
What? Ooh, that'd be
The Purple Knit, like, preparation conference.
Mm.
Yeah, that Purple provided. It was awesome. But I don't know how often. No. No.
Was it free?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
She
students.
always does free.
Yeah, girl, you know. I'm about to, no. Yeah, it was awesome. Right. And you don't get, but you didn't, you couldn't also get CEUs. Like, if you went for the training, the practice, just the experience. So, like, even real interpreters, both of my supervising interpreters at the time were there. And it felt so weird being like, we're all on the same level right now. Should I ask you questions or no? Like,
Are we peers?
right. That has to be the weirdest feeling in the world. And, like, I don't know, sometimes, like, I feel very weird about confidentiality because half of my residents I've interpreted for when I was in practicum. Like, they don't remember me, of course. Like, they see a million faces every like, time they go to the doctor. But it's like, I remember you, and it's like, man, I gotta keep all this to myself. I don't want to ask you about this, that, and the other. Like, I can't. But it's like, I remember that you went through this, and now we have a relationship where it's like, the boundaries are so different. Like, they're, like, as an interpreter, there's, you know, the role of the interpreter, but at my job, I am also the receptionist, so not only do I have a lot of information that I get from you, yourself, that I pass along to everybody else, but I interpret, like, they're important meetings because we have hearing like workers as